Hi, we're here working on the Asteroid game a bit, and we're going to do a little bit of refactoring. First we're going to fix a bug. In the last episode, in the collision routine, somehow my auto-completion got the best of me and was causing some bugs in here, and the tags got all kind of screwy. But anyway, so I fixed it by saying, okay, when you collide with something, you should grab the string that is the tag of the thing you collided with. And it also checks in here, if you're respawning, you're not allowed to collide with anything. If the tag of the thing you collided with is an asteroid, subtract from the number of asteroids. And for the sake, we were debugging, printing out the number of asteroids, just to see what was going on. And then if it wasn't a player bullet, because we're not allowed to interact with player bullets, we're not going to blow up ourselves. In every other case, we will blow up, or we will hide the player momentarily and then invoke respawn player 3 seconds later. So that works. Now we're back. So the number, depending on the number of asteroids, we can destroy our asteroids, and the moment we destroy all the asteroids, we get new asteroids, and we got destroyed by a player there. Now, the number of asteroids that we were spawning gets out of hand real quick, so I don't like that at all. And so I'm going to fix that. So I've decided, I think a better tact for that would be a little bit more sophisticated. And here we had spawn asteroid field if necessary. And instead of just generating a number from 1 to 4 and multiplying by level, I'm going to set a minimum number of asteroids. I'm going to set the minimum number of asteroids to 2. And I'm going to take the upper level and multiply 4 times level. All right, so on the first level, I will have 2 to 4 asteroids. On the second level, I will have 2 to 8 asteroids. And then I will have 2 to 12 asteroids and 2 to 16 asteroids. Okay? So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to say number of asteroids equals max, or I should rather say min, probably math.min, f.min, hopefully I have a min, yep. And we're going to pass it, let's see, the most we want to have is, we'll call it 16 asteroids, and the number of asteroids. Okay. So we need to do a little bit of casting here because mathf likes math. Floating point is a floating point math thing, so we'll just cast that to a float temporarily. And then we will cast it back to an int. This just means we're doing some explicit type conversions here, just to make sure things are cool. So, okay, now the most asteroids we're going to have is 16, and we're going to go from 2 to up to 16 asteroids. Let's see how that works out. So the first layer, we're going to have 2. All right. Come on. Second one, we had 5. Wow, an awful lot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 14 asteroids the second time around. Is that legal? Yeah, 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2. We hit a big number. All right, hit that right away. Right away. So you know what? Maybe we'll just tune that down a little bit, and we'll just say 2 times level. All right. So now we'll have 2, between 2 and 2, we get the first time around for level, and then 2 and 4, and then 2 and 6, 2 and 8, 2 and 10, 2 and... Okay. So each time that will give us a bigger range. I mean, sometimes we'll wind up with small ranges as well, but what the heck. good enough. All right. 2 again. 4 that time. Okay. Now the other thing that's happening is they all get instantiated right on top of each other, right at the center, which isn't great. So let's randomly spawn them all over the screen. Now we have 2 choices. We could either change how they're instantiated right here, or we could randomize their position based on their function here in their start, right? Now, they should be randomly rotated in here, if I did that correctly. All right, rotate, float Z angle. Okay. And they have a random force added to them. So let's also do this. We'll just say transform dot position equals vector 3, and we'll just say, nope, cannot be used like the method, but we'll say, okay, new vector 3, and the first 2 is really, actually we can just do vector 2, and it'll just use 0 for the third. So we'll say random range, and the range will be from, for the x, we'll say -8 to 8. And for y, we'll say random range from -5 to 5. Okay. So now if all goes well, we're always saying if all goes well, our asteroids will appear in random positions. Yep, there we go. Yeah, the game already feels, whoops, feels a bunch better. I think we have some things to figure out with regards to where the player shows up. And it also is kind of jarring how they just bang, they all appear at once and everything just happens. Wow, a lot of asteroids that time. So in the next video, we're going to take care of kind of smoothing things out quite a bit. We're going to use some coroutines to kind of fade things in and do some transitions and stuff like that. So yeah, coroutines in the next video. Okay, so at this point we did a little bit of refactoring. The game feels a little bit better with regards to where things show up. Let's see, the enemy. How did enemies randomly show up? They got instantiated. Let's just double check. We spawned an enemy. Okay, here it got a random position for that as well. Okay. So we could have also had in the enemy routine, in their start routine, they could have been randomly. So here we chose the opposite. We put them in the actual instantiation function as opposed to putting that in the start function of the prefab. Okay.